Let's be honest, most automatic brewers either try too hard or don't try at all. This one actually gets the balance fairly right. This is the Breville Luxe brewer, and whilst it might look like the Breville Precision Brewer's stylish twin, it does have a very different personality. Simpler, more intuitive, and way more beginner friendly, and still be able to brew between 1 to 12 cups of coffee. Now, if you've ever stood in front of a brewer like this wondering what half the settings even do or how to navigate the menu, well, this machine will be kind of a relief. It doesn't talk in grams or seconds. It talks in low, medium, high, short or long. And it guides you just enough to feel confident without ever making you feel like you're doing it wrong. Now, a quick shout out, if you're into gear like this and want access to offers and exclusive deals, you ought to join our Brew Club loyalty program. It's free and it's where we share the good stuff first. I'll drop the link in the description down below. All right, let's jump into the video. So what's the real story here? Well, the Breville Precision Brewer, which this is clearly based on, had more features, more control, and honestly, a bit more confusion. Not in a bad way, but it's catered to the kind of person who enjoys tweaking every variable. This doesn't go that deep, but it does make a better single cup than the Precision Brewer, and that's exactly why it's good. The Luxe Brewer trims the fat, but improves on versatility whilst removing the intimidating stuff. And you still have the Brew Now feature, where at the press of a button, it'll jump straight into brewing. There's also the Cold Brew setting and a custom setting, but it doesn't ask for specifics, which can, spur on a degree of overthinking or choice paralysis. And honestly, decreased satisfaction. I know that kind of sounds silly even saying that out loud, but sometimes approximations are just better. You think about it, after choosing a 45 gram bloom at a 3.5 gram flow rate, and then a hold for 43 seconds with a 2 gram flow rate at 100 gram increments over 2 minutes after that, and then the brew still tastes bad, I kind of feel like I could have just brewed all of that myself by hand. The Breville Luxe just asks how hot. Let's now go through what you actually get. To begin with, there's the removable water tank at the back. This I love. That finger grip handle on the back, it's a small touch, but it feels very natural holding whilst filling it up at the sink. Good to mention now too is, however much water you place into the back of this tank, the brewer will use. It is designed to empty the tank every time, so you do want to measure your water in to make sure you're not overbrewing your coffee. Under the spray head is the classic Breville wide, even dispersion with that removable spray cap, and likely future options for more precision if you're looking down that path. And you have a couple of filter basket options. So it comes with a large flat bottom basket, which would hold the full amount of, say, 110 grams of coffee with a flat bottom filter. Then there's the cone-shaped basket for smaller brews. This will hold around 30 grams of coffee, as well as a larger basket again that has a mesh filter, and this one doesn't require a paper filter for brewing coffee. Below this is your no-drip thermal carafe, which works exactly as expected. Brews directly from the filter basket into the carafe to keep coffee hot for up to 4 hours with no drips. And it pours cleanly with no puddles on the bench at all. The interface? This is dead simple. It is a large dial that seconds as your selector button, a clear screen, and no hidden submenus. You also get that brew to auto start straight away, a cold brew, an adjustable custom brew setting, and they're all phrased in a way that doesn't require decoding. Honestly, it's hard to mess this up. You pick the mode, you press the button, and it just does it right. So let's just run a batch. Actually, no, wait, before we get started, here's what comes in the box. You'll find a handy dosing scoop. Great for quick measurements if you're not already weighing your grounds out. I think this holds around 8 grams of ground coffee. So it's pretty awesome. Also, Breville includes 100, looks like 100. No, I feel like it's more like 20. But you will want to purchase separate filters if you plan on using the cone filter straight away. And I'll have that or a product you can use in the description down below. You also get a water hardness test strip, which is super helpful if you're unsure about your tap water quality. So you test your water, you place the number into the machine before you even start using it, and then that way the machine will know when you need to descale the machine as well. And also the manual, this is actually worth a read. It includes super simple brew guides and ratios to help you dial in your first few batches without having to second guess everything. So I'm going to begin by making 4 cups of coffee. So after adding my water, I'm going to jump into the custom brew settings, and I'm going to set my bloom volume as low. Now that's the first bit of water to be added to the basket, allowing the coffee to bloom, so to speak. That way it can extract evenly and get all soaked in. Then I'll set it for a long pause of about 40 seconds. So after this initial water is added, the bloom, then it gives it enough time for the coffee to get fully saturated. Next, I've got the brew temperature. I'm going to go with 95 degrees Celsius there. I think that's a solid temp. And then the flow rate, I believe this is for the entire process. I'm going to set it as a low flow rate, nice and steady. So once I've corrected all those settings, I'm just hit back a couple of times. We go back to the original menu, and then that custom selection will brew what I just programmed the machine in the settings to do. Got my water in, now I should get my filter in and my coffee. Let's do that, we'll keep that in there. So it says I need 33 grams of coffee, but we'll just put this filter in so I don't forget. I like to fold my filters. That'll fit in nicely. Yep. Whew. 33 grams. Nice. So I'm going to be using the Barista Virtuoso Plus. This is a great grinder for filter. I'm going to have it set at 10. It's a little bit tricky to see in the light. 10. I'm going to set it at around 16 for 4 cups. I think that's pretty decent. All right, here we go. Keep going. Very good. Oh, it smells delicious. Ah, I love the smell of freshly ground coffee. Gets me so excited. Coffee goes in nice and neat. Done. Basket goes in. All right. All we need to do now is press this button and it will start brewing away. Done. All right, so I got a glass there when it's ready. Curious to see how long it takes, but it's a really quiet brewer. Like there's a bit of vibration in the bench that I didn't expect, but other than that, it really makes no noise at all, which is nice. We're almost done. So we're making 4 cups of coffee. Should take around 5 minutes at max, I guess. Whilst we're waiting, let's talk about some of its pros and cons. It is a ridiculously easy machine to use. The manual literally even says that an 8-year-old could run this, and honestly, they probably could. Clean, modern design, it looks sharp on the bench. Simplified, smart feature set, dual baskets, a thermal carafe, auto start. You can also even set this up in the morning to go so the coffee's ready for you when you wake up. Oh, and it's finished. There we go. It'll even tell you how long the brew has been sitting in the carafe for. So clear menu, just the good stuff without overcomplication, and better value than a Moccamaster. More modes, more control, yet still super beginner friendly. Now the cons, let me just, I'm guessing it's not going to drip out, is it? Oh, there's a single drip coming out when you pull out the thermal carafe. All right, let's just talk about some of the cons though while this is cooling down. And if we're being picky, the water tank. The clarity, below 500 mils, the water level markings get a bit vague. So if you are brewing smaller batches, like say 250 or 300 mils, you do need to pre-measure the water with some scales or a cup first. Then also, it doesn't drain fully out of the tank. There's often a small, it's only very small, it's like 50 mils of water left behind, which could go stale between brews if you don't catch it and empty it out and clean it. Small thing, but just kind of something I've noticed with it. That's hot. Excuse me, that's hot. Whew. Also, the cold brew. This mode feels underdone. Despite the big tank, the cold brew maxes out at a single cup of coffee or around 600 mils. So you do have that capabilities of doing 12 to 24 hour brew time, but that just feels like a lot waiting for not much reward. Who's the Breville Luxe brewer actually for though? Well, I think if you want great coffee at home, I think everybody would say yes to that, without being dragged into, technical deep dives, then this thing is perfect. It gives you more than the basic drip machine without tipping over into like using an espresso machine level complexity. And it's kind of that sweet spot between a Moccamaster and something you might have come across being the fellow Aiden. You get ease of use, better value, and just enough flexibility to grow with it. And sometimes that's all you need. Just something simple that still respects your taste buds. So I'm going to enjoy this. This is really good. Thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. If you do have any further questions on the Breville Luxe, throw them in the comment section down below and I'll get straight back to you. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video, and we'll see you in the next one.